Somewhere around 2015, virtually every CEO woke up one morning and said, we're having a hard time differentiating ourselves. And they all looked in the mirror and said, I know, we'll become thought leaders, because if we're a thought leader, that'll allow us to stand out in the marketplace and show our customers or potential customers that we have smart things to say. And then marketing got on board with something called content marketing. And then thereafter, there's marketing automation. And now we have better data than ever before. So now we can spam the world at scale with huge amounts of high quality content, all following the mandate of our CEO. So where that all gets us is a world today that was very different than, say, 12 years ago, where most sellers were still showing up and saying features, benefits, products, speeds, feeds. And I think a lot of us still fall in that trap today. But nonetheless, the word that I use to describe how the world today is the word context. Because we need to understand when we show up with this insight, which is the core idea of Challenger, and challenge our customers' thinking, show them a new way to make money, save money, mitigate risk. Largely speaking, 12 years ago, that was a very unique way to sell. It used to be there's very few other people creating that kind of engagement with customers. Today, in this world of thought leadership and content-led creation, I call it the smartness arms race, where everybody's trying to be insightful. Everybody's trying to teach customers something new, whether it's Challenger or not. We're all leading with insights and content and ideas and thought leadership. And so what happens today is many times we're seeing customers aren't seeing your insight and saying, oh, wow, I feel like I got to do something different. They're saying, oh, wow, there's another thing I got to worry about. So the overall impact on customers is less like I feel so enlightened, but rather I feel so overwhelmed. I wrote an article called Sense Making for Sales. And it gets into this whole dynamic that we're talking about now, just customers being overwhelmed with information. And I think the element that we didn't really address in the original challenge, because it wasn't really on the radar screen, is no matter how good your content might be, is helping your customers understand how it connects to other pieces of content. So put it into context, because there's no question they're out doing their due diligence and their research and their reading and their learning online. That's just factually true. And there's a lot of data to back that up. So if you're the salesperson or the marketer or whatever, the person shows up and says, I know you've read a lot of white papers, but have you read my white paper? It's just like, oh God, I'll put it on the stack, right? So rather it's, I'm guessing you've read a lot of white papers, you've watched videos, you've seen these different websites. There's whatever the content might be. The form factor is not really so much relevant for us right now, but the question is, let me show you how we think about it. And let me show you how it fits in with these other two or three things. And as you put it all together, here's the top two or three questions you probably want to ask yourself to determine how it all fits and what's most relevant to you. So in other words, I'm not just providing content, I'm providing content about the consumption of content. So this is what I call frame making. I'm helping you put a framework around all that information, mine and third parties and advisory sites and competitors, just so you can just feel a little less overwhelmed. Yes. And now I'm not just showing up giving you my opinion. I'm giving you social proof on companies like you and what they care about. And I'm giving you not just here's another white paper, but rather here's some helpful context for you to make sense out of all that information that's out there, because otherwise you're just going to go on this learning journey that never ends.